G'day everybody and welcome back. It might feel like I'm reclining on the job because I am, because today's job is clean the sump gasket off, or the old sump gasket off. So I've got a couple of special tools and a bunch of rags. It's raining rags, and about half an hour up my sleeve. Now if we can get this off today easily enough, I potentially may put a piston in today. I may not too. I'm torn between whether I want to do them all at the same time or do them one at a time and see how they go. I do have to clean the bottom of the crank, and I do have to give everything a once over. So I just come back from out at the block. That video's uploading now. Unbelievably dry. We had 3 inches of rain. What's today? Thursday. 7 days ago, and I've got trees that are struggling, so I may yet have to go back out there tonight and water the trees, which is just mind-blowing. But anyway, let's have a look at what we've got and we'll hook in. Okay, due to the light from above, this may be hard to see, but I do have still sump gasket along here and a little bit up here and across the back. So it's going to be a little difficult to film upside down one-handed. As you can see, we'll try and see the what's this thing called? This how fried my brain is today. The crankshaft looks good. I am going to give them a bit of a wipe off and start preparing to put the pistons in. Once the pistons are in, I still have to put the oil pump back on here, and then the sump can go on. So I'll set the camera up and hopefully you'll be able to see, but if not, I just won't upload it. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is just see what this is. Might just be a bit of fluff. Just make sure there's no schmutz in the crankshaft holes. It doesn't appear to be. Oh, there might be a little bit. Where are we? We're just here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but there's a little bit of spongy shit in there. So I might just get into that with the air blower and just blow it all out. But other than that, sump gasket is basically, well, the sump surface is basically ready to go. I will give it a good clean and a good wipe. Very thin across the front. I'm not going to be able to see that at all because of the sky, but there's not a lot of, there we go, there's not a lot of contact surface across here, so I have to keep an eye on that. But we'll go and have a look at the sump now and make sure it's clean so it'll be ready as well. Okay, so this is the sump. I still need to give it another good clean because there's still a few bits of metal floating around on the inside. But this is where the front of the engine goes, just here. So there's this big wide surface back here that doesn't actually contact anything, it's just space. The actual front of the motor is there. It's a little tiny thin strip, so I have to double check that. This is basically ready. I don't know, still got a little bit to get off. Oh, actually, no, I've got a lot to get off. Hang on, let me grab my scraper, change the light. Clearly I thought I'd done this, but I hadn't. I wonder what else I need. Actually, this light is much better. You can still see I've still got metal filings in the bottom. Oh, and it's just started to rain on me. Even more fun. So this gasket looks like it goes on dry as well, so I'll give it a good scrape. Oh no, that might be goop there. It feels like, oh, that's oil. It's hard to tell. There is a fair bit of gasket still left on here, so I'll hook in, we'll get it done. Okay, so I just worked out that every time I was pushing the record button was the opposite of what I thought I was doing. So here's where we're at. The sump gasket is basically off of the sump, and I can't put it back on to reenact how it went, but let's just say it was sticky. I don't think this gasket was put on with goop, but it might end up going back on with goop just because. I will have to give it a clean. I'll give it a good squirt out with some WD-40 and we'll get it all cleaned up. The tractor, yep, it's all done. Chico supervised, so it's ready, but I've got a dirty great big thunderstorm coming, so I don't think I'll get the pistons in today. So anyway, thanks for watching. A bit shorter today, just gearing up for the next big job, which is the up and down noisy things. Dog's been helpful, but he's also freaking out about the thunder. So thanks for watching, see you next time. And for my next trick, I'll get this to go in here. Without losing my shit. That will be interesting. See you next time when we do the pistons.